in Isle of Siptah, now you can use Feast of the Drowned that can gives you 2 bonus for archer build. You can have agility weapon damage 8% and you can have 48 health. That can be very good combination to use it in archer gear set. Hello everyone, Darkcat here with another Age of Sorcery tutorial build. That in this video we're gonna explain everything for archer gear set in Isle of Siptah. In this video we're gonna explain everything about archer build, gear, weapon, buffs, everything in Isle of Siptah. And at the end of the video I'm gonna talk about the attributes you're gonna have that gonna gives you the most advantage in archer PvP. So make sure you be with me till the end of the video to also check the attributes for archer PvP. Before we start in this video, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you put a like in this video. It will help me a lot. I also need to mention I made a Discord server for myself. If you guys are not inside it yet, I put the link on the description. Make sure you guys join my Discord and hang out together and we can talk more closely in my Discord. So for the start, I'm gonna wear the gear set and we're gonna talk about first, this is how the gear set look like. You look like very nice and fancy. So why we choose this gear set? First, for the helmet, we using the Black Privateer mask. Why we use Black Privateer mask? Because it gives 7 stamina and agility weapon damage plus 5%. That's 2 most important thing that you need for archer PvP. Also, I need to explain that we're using full medium gear, that as I explained on my other videos on Exile Land and stuff. Now the meta in Age of Sorcery is to use medium gear set. Why? Because 745 armor, that you're gonna get less damage than a light gear set. You of course can use also light gear set, but medium gear set you're gonna tank more and your stamina usage not gonna be that difference. So we're going for the chest piece, gonna be doing a hunter tonic. Why we using this? Because you're gonna get 7 stamina again and you're gonna get plus 5% on bonus agility. That's also gonna be 2 important thing for archer build. For the hand pieces, you have 2 choices. You can use this Feast of the Drowned, or if you have some stamina problem, you can again use the Gloves of Jill that gives you massive amount of stamina. We talk about Gloves of Jill. I also mentioned this Gloves of Jill on my recently video that I made about the best build for melee PvP, that if you also missed that video, you can check it out here. So we're going for the pants. Is Duna Hunter legging, is the same as the chest piece, that gives 5% strength damage and 5% of agility. Why we choose this gear? Because some people using also a spear or other weapons that it can give them also a strength buff 5% or agility buff. So it just gives extra bonus that have also a strength. It can help a lot. And also we're using Night Stalker boots because it gives 5% on agility and it's a medium gear set. So now we finished talking about the gear set. So for the fits on your gear set, you're gonna use bulkhead on all of the pieces. Some people may ask how you getting bulkhead on Isle of Siptah. It's all random. You need to do the dungeons and vaults, and at the end of the dungeons you have a chance to get this recipe. And for the chest piece, because it's so heavy, you need to put armor reduction to be able to carry all the stuff you're gonna have on you. So all gonna be bulkhead and only chest piece you're gonna put armor reduction. Now we're gonna talk about the bow. Like what bow I'm gonna recommend you to use it in Isle of Siptah is of course gonna be Void Forge bow, that you only can learn it in the middle of the Siptah in the library with some fragments. It's super easy. So I also put any carpenter, that what kind of carpenter you need to make this bow. So with the damage carpenter, the bow gonna have 40 damage, 20 armor penetration. With the armor penetration carpenter, your bow gonna have 37 damage and 21 armor penetration. And for the hammer carpenter, your bow gonna have 33 damage and 22 armor penetration. So still the damage carpenter gonna be the best with the most amount of damage and armor penetration, that I recommend to use this damage carpenter. I also need to explain for some people who using bow and in the same time they want to use another agility weapon. It can be dagger, it can be katana, but I recommend the katana because it have very high DPS. You are fast and your combo gonna deal massive amount of damage, almost one shot people. So you can also, I recommend these two katana. You can use Void Forge katana, or you can use Venom katana for each hit poison. That can be very good. And also Void Forge katana that have Blood Drinker, that I also didn't know about Blood Drinkers. I thought if you hit people, it's gonna give you some HP back like Life Steal, but I tested and it's not working like that. I just wanted to ask you guys, if you know what this Blood Drinker do, put down below in the comments so I learned something new from you guys. For the arrows, still it's gonna be Obsidian arrows because it have always the most damage and armor pen, but since there is hard to farm these arrows in the Isle of Siptah, you can always use a Star Metal that have almost the same amount of damage, but a little bit less armor penetration. So before we talk about the attributes that I promised you at the start of video, we're gonna talk about the buffs and food. So what buffs and food you're gonna use for archer build? You have several choices. For the food, you can use this salted exquisite meat that gives plus 15% damage. You can also use other foods, for example savory jerky, because it gives 60 health, but it depends what you're gonna use. You're gonna use the food for extra damage, or you're gonna use for extra heal. You have also some potions. You can also use jungle grog or desert grog. This both gonna give you plus 15% extra agility weapon damage. And for the potions, you're gonna have Exit of Grace that just gives you agility, or you can use the Frost Looters. If you use I think 3 or 4 Frost Looters, it gives you again agility buff. You can also, you have other choices to use a stamina potion or the vitality potion. It's all depend what kind of potion you need in the moment to use. And for these jungle grogs, I think you're gonna have the recipes by opening some search and get some recipes, then you can make these potions. It's not gonna be that hard. One more thing I need to explain, it's very important, is about this gear set, how you're gonna get this gear set. So now we're gonna talk about how we getting these gear set pieces on Isle of Siptah. For the start, for helmet, for black privator mask, all you need to do is super easy to get Zingarian pieces. For Zingarian pieces, all you need to do is to go on a feats on armor and you open Zingarian in here. You get these Zingarian pieces and you put on delving bench, and all you need to do is to wait and delve your Zingarian gear to gives you this black privator gear set. So you learn it and you can constantly make this gear set. For the next Dune Hunter gear set, all you need to delve is the same. You're gonna use the Relic Hunter or the Shemitah. These both gear set, you can learn them on the feats again. You put them on the delving and it will gives you the Dune Hunter gear set that you can check it. It's here, Dune Hunter recipe, that you're gonna learn it and then you're gonna be able to make this gear set. And it's Dune Hunter also for the legging. And for the hands, the Fist of the Round or the Jill gloves that I told you, you're gonna learn both of them in the dungeons. That the Jill dungeon is here and the Drown dungeon is all the way in the bottom, that you're gonna learn them pretty quick. And for the boots Night Stalker, you need this Zemorian gear sets that you're gonna again learn it on the knowledge. On the armor, you're gonna learn it here, this Zemorian, that you're gonna put it on the delving. It's delve and it gives you the Night Stalker recipe. Let's see, Night Stalker, it gives us the first try Night Stalker recipe. That can be very handy to learn to make this gear set. That is really nice. And now we are at the end part of the video that I promised. We're gonna talk about the attributes and call it for this video. So for the attributes in archer build, it's pretty random for every person. They use different kind of method, but what I recommend for you to, of course, go 50 vitality, that the first perk you go 50% increase healing, and for the last perk you go for last stance, because archer, most of the people focus you in team fight. When you are below 50% HP, you get the last stance perk, and when people swinging on you, hitting on you, you get 95% less damage in a short amount of time. That can help you to don't die that quick. For agility perks, for the first agility, of course, you need Deadshot. Your arrows gonna go double faster than before, and you're gonna deal 15% more damage. And for the last perk, you're gonna use the double jump. This is gonna make some problem why I'm using double jump, because double jump can help you a lot to, for example, climb on some stuff and shoot enemy. For example, when you are running, you can with double jump do a lot of stuff that people cannot catch you. So double jump can be very important on your archer build. And for the last, I recommend to have one perk on expertise, because you cannot carry all these arrows, buff, healing, everything on you. So you need at least one on expertise, or you need to use one inconvenience buff. You need to keep that in mind. And for grid, you use the rest of your points on grid. That gives you pretty nice perks that you really need it for archery. For example, every point on grid gives you extra armor. That can be very good. And the first perk gives you 40 more armor and 20 extra stamina. Second one, you choose your stamina regenerate 25% faster. And the last perk, you get 15% less incoming damage when you are hitting something.